Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena is set for UFC 322, and fans are buzzing with excitement. While many expect a tough matchup, Makhachev is grinding hard in training to secure the win. Joe Rogan praised Islam's size and strength, saying it's incredible he makes 155 with such a broad frame and thick build. Rogan added that Islam's power and leverage make his grappling especially dominant, giving him the ability to control opponents with ease. Yoel Romero sees Jack Della Maddalena as a serious threat to Islam Makhachev, highlighting his cardio, striking, and underrated wrestling as key weapons at 170. He says Jack's size and physicality make him dangerous against anyone, calling a fight with Islam a true 50-50 matchup.
Yeah.
He's big, dude.
Yeah.
When I interview him in the cage afterwards, I'm always like, how?
Really?
How are you 155?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
How?
I know.
He's thick as he's got a giant back.
Yeah.
And when he gets a hold of guys, it's like he's just got this leverage, this grappling.
Max Holloway says Islam Makhachev has everything needed to succeed, but warns not to overlook Jack Della Maddalena, calling him one of the best in the world. He notes fans doubted Jack before and shouldn't repeat that mistake, adding that while he respects Islam's pound-for-pound status, the fight would be tough and exciting.
What about Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena, who is a new champion in welterweight division?
It's hard because Maddalena have a very good cardio, very good puncher. Yeah. It's not bad wrestling too. It's not bad wrestling. It's a 50-50.
50-50, but Jack has not that high takedown defense. You know,
but punch it. He have a very hard punches.
And he will be more powerful than Islam, right? Or
that's exactly
because of the weight difference, right?
Yes.
Or Islam is too big for.
No. That guy Maddalena is big for 170. He's big.
Khabib Nurmagomedov shared bad news for Islam Makhachev fans, saying he believes Islam only has 1 to 2 years left in his career. At a press conference, he stressed the importance of retiring by 35 before a fighter's prime fades, warning that staying too long leads to chasing paydays, unnecessary damage, and knockouts. Using Islam as an example, Khabib said it's more honorable to retire with dignity and even joked that becoming an Uber driver would be better than fighting past his time.
Be fine, man. I think it'd be good, but people be sleeping on Jack, you know what I mean? And I think Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and I think people is gonna find out when that match happens. I don't know. I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack for I don't know what reason. They just keep counting him out. Kind of reminds me of when I was like coming up and counting me out about certain fights. So I mean, he is, he's the number 2 pound for pound in the world right now, but he's the number 2 pound for pound in the world for a reason, so you gotta respect that, but, don't sleep on Jack. I think it's...
Meanwhile, Islam is fully focused on achieving his long-time dream of becoming a 2-division champion, and fans believe he won't retire until he fulfills it.
Islam, maybe, my honest opinion, 1.5 to 2 years, because age is gonna be October 34, nobody gonna be sent. When time comes, they don't ask what's your name. Of course, I finished when I was 32. I don't even begin because I have this situation in my life, that's why. But when you become 35, you have to start doing this because leave this sport for young guys. Because when you become 35 and you don't finish, somebody gonna finish you. Why? It's better to finish. Why? After 35, you're never gonna be same. People can talk whatever they want. When you pass your prime, you're gonna fight only for money. Like Allah give you 7 years, for example. You finish 40. And last 5 years, you was fight only for money, but they knock you out 10 times. For what? Go and work Uber driver. It's much better to be...
Moreover, Islam's coach Javier Mendez says Islam isn't concerned with comparing Jack Della Maddalena to past opponents like Oliveira or Poirier, but is driven by the challenge itself. Mendez explains that Islam thrives on testing himself and trusts the complete skill set he has built through years of disciplined training.
Did they make you give up the lightweight title?
The General Shakuna and everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, like the
of
UFC.
course. This is the dream, man. This is the dream for the all champions. Like we know many champions, but not is the from them like double.
Yeah.
That's why everybody want to be double champ. Everybody want to be UFC champ, but we don't have many people who have two belts. That's why I want to be.
Javier Mendez said Jack Della Maddalena could present Islam with a unique challenge compared to previous opponents. He noted Jack's unpredictable timing, sharp body shots, and ability to build attacks without relying solely on knockouts. Mendez added that Islam's team wouldn't approach it as just a takedown fight, but would carefully study Jack's movement, stay alert, and work to create openings instead of waiting for them.
It's hard to say if he's a harder challenge. I just know Islam wants this one. So for me, that's the challenge I want, and it's the challenge that I know Islam's going to be, supreme over, because I just know his skill set. I know what he brings to the table, and he brings an incredible work ethic along with skill set in every area.
Javier Mendez saw the matchup as a clash of two elite fighters, but believed Islam Makhachev's championship mindset would give him the advantage. He said Jack Della Maddalena had never faced someone with Islam's blend of intelligence, timing, and composure under pressure. Mendez also wasn't worried about the move to welterweight, pointing out that Islam had long trained with bigger athletes and could manage the physicality. He predicted a fast, technical fight that would bring out the best in both men.
What makes JDM so dangerous, number one, he's unbeaten for quite a while. Yeah. He's had quite a long win streak, and the fact that this guy mixes it up extremely well. He goes to the body, to the head. He doesn't just stick head hunting. He mixes it all up. He goes body, punch, boom, and then all of a sudden a kick comes. And with him, his takedown defense is really, really good also. So we are not in a situation where we can think, we're going to go to the ground and we're going to, no, we got to see what he's going to give us. And we have to we're going to have to make him give us something, because I don't know if he's going.
Mendez also shared an update on Islam Makhachev's future after a possible fight with Jack Della Maddalena. He said they haven't talked about a permanent move to welterweight yet, but admitted there may be more opportunities at 170 than at lightweight. Mendez stressed that Islam makes all the decisions himself, while he simply plays the role of a mechanic supporting the journey.
Islam is a whole different animal than the Jack's ever been involved with. So if that fight does materialize, we're going to see a hell of a fight, and you're going to see Islam perform at an absolute incredible level. And also, the weight is not super big for him either. So he's going to be a fairly decent welterweight. So Islam won't be a small guy. He'll be a decent welterweight if that fight.
Chael Sonnen shared his excitement for Islam Makhachev's expected fight in New York against Jack Della Maddalena, saying many people might be underestimating how competitive the matchup really is. Sonnen pointed out that while Islam usually gets the spotlight and respect as one of the biggest Muslim sports figures, it's Jack who's facing more doubt this time. He noted it's unusual to see the champion being questioned more than the challenger.
So you think 170 is permanent now for moving forward?
I can't say that, because I haven't spoke to Islam about that, whether he's going to want to stay at 170. I really don't know. There's a lot of opportunities at 170, and at let's face it, at lightweight, there's only a couple.
Yeah.
But at welterweight, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
So Islam is the driver. I'm just the mechanic, and maybe I'm the guy that fixes the tires of this one, but Islam's the driver. Islam decides where he wants to go, and not the manager, not Khabib.
Anime Guru gave his take on a possible fight between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, saying the early round would look like a chess match with Jack defending takedowns and landing clean shots. However, he predicted Islam would eventually adapt, lock in the clinch, apply pressure, and finish with a second-round TKO.
He is headed to Madison Square Garden to fight Jack Della Maddalena, according to Khabib.
We have deal with him. He's gonna fight in Madison Square Garden, and he is.
It's a lot closer match than you think it is. We understand Islam. He's the most famous Muslim athlete in the world. He's going for basically a history maker. We don't question him. Jack is the one being questioned. How in the hell you gonna question the guy?
Big Jones said Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena would be a very tough fight, praising Jack's scrambling as the best in MMA and noting Islam's past ground struggles with Volkanovski. He added the size difference could be a bigger issue than expected, and that a Jack win would raise questions about Islam's dominance. Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley called Islam's move to welterweight exciting, saying his skills can overcome the size gap and that his striking might be the key if Jack only focuses on takedown defense.
Yeah, Ilya Islam. I've got Makhachev. I got Makhachev as well. And I've got Makhachev second round TKO with a knee.
Oh, yeah, you going by rounds.
Yeah, I think he'll shoot a couple takedowns. Ilya will stuff it. Ilya will catch him a few times and people will go, ooh and ah. And then when they clash again, I think Makhachev will go grab him. Ilya will think, oh, he's shooting again. Tie clinch, bang, body, knee to the head. Ilya's all of a sudden stumble downhill from there. I think he beats Oliveira with a body.
UFC bantamweight Malcolm Wellmaker praised Jack Della Maddalena's sharp skills, but still considers Islam Makhachev the best. He admitted moving up in weight could be tough, yet believes Islam will adjust, overcome the challenge, and continue showing why he's regarded as a champion.
Does at welterweight.
Who knows? I heard he's not going to be any smaller than Jack come fight night. 55 to 70, that's a little bit different than 35 to 45, 45 to 55. But when your skill level's that high, as Islam's is, it'll be interesting if he goes in there and tries to shoot on Jack. Jack stuffs him and gets in his face. But Islam's striking is so underrated. Islam can put the hands on.
Rockhold called Islam versus Jack Della Maddalena a tough, exciting matchup. He named Islam, Pereira, and JDM as his UFC favorites, crediting Jack's wrestling, but giving Islam the edge due to his strong grappling background. Rockhold noted Jack's size could be an issue, but having trained with Islam, he's curious to see how well Islam adjusts to welterweight.
It looked real good, but I think Islam is the best, man. I think Islam is the absolute best. I do think, obviously, moving up a big difference in weight class will have some effect, but I think that he'll be the champion that we know him to be, and he'll find a way to get it.
Islam Dulatov warned fans not to overlook Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena, saying Islam has the skills to win, but Jack's size and striking at 170 make it tough. He believes Islam will need sharp strategy and elite grappling to secure victory.
Beating JDM to win that welterweight title?
That's a tough fight. That's a very tough fight. It's going to be interesting. I think those are my three favorite fighters in the UFC right now. We go Islam, Topuria, and JDM. He's fun to watch. So, that's going to be a great fight. He's no slouch at wrestling, but you have a guy that's wrestled his whole life and grappled his whole life versus JDM, who's kind of like, he's secondary on that, but, you never know. He's a bigger guy. So, we'll see how Islam, how he bulks up and how he looks. He looks a lot bigger than what I remember. I used to train with him forever. So, he's definitely grown. We'll see how he
Dan Hardy praised Jack Della Maddalena's talent, but questioned if he can truly rule the stacked welterweight division. He also raised doubts about how Islam Makhachev will handle 170, noting the size and cardio demands. While respecting Islam's lightweight dominance, Hardy isn't convinced the move will be easy.
I think a lot of people think that it's going to be an easy fight for Islam, but I don't think that it's going to be that easy. I think Islam going to win, but I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for him, like everybody thinks. Because Islam is maybe big for lightweight, but he's not big for welterweight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I would say, like, I don't know, he don't look for me so big.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just on pictures or whatever, but actually, I think JDM has a lot more of weight than him. But at the end of the day, I think JDM has better striking, and Islam has for sure the better ground game.
Stephen Thompson said Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight brings big challenges in size and strength, as many fighters cut down from over 205 pounds. While Jack Della Maddalena may be taller, Thompson stressed that overall power is key. He praised Islam's grappling, but noted Jack has already faced strong wrestlers like Belal Muhammad.
I think Della Maddalena's got a bright future. I don't know whether he's going to hold the belt or, he's going to lose it to another one of the top contenders and then pick it back up again. I don't think he's going to lose it to Makhachev, though. I think Makhachev holds the lightweight belt against anybody in the world, on any day, including Ilya Topuria. I don't think if he moved up, he would have much success against Makhachev. But Della Maddalena looked very, very sharp against Belal. And I wonder what Makhachev would look like as a welterweight, whether he would look as strong and as lean, or whether he would look heavier and, you know, potentially gas himself out because he'd be stepping straight into it.
Robert Whittaker believes Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight could benefit him, noting the tough weight cut to 155 and saying his strength should carry well at 170. Comparing it to Ilia Topuria's move up, Whittaker called it the million-dollar question as fans wait to see how Islam performs in the higher division.
I don't know, man. I mean, when you're going up to the welterweight division, those are some big boys. And I know Islam Makhachev walks around fairly heavy, but a lot of these 170s, they walk around real heavy. I'm talking about, you know, over 205, 210 to the 215. Some of the guys that I faced would walk around at that weight. I mean, I think like the height, I think they might be the same height. I think JDM might be a little taller, but when it comes to those guys and their strength, Islam, I think, is going to have a tough time. Now, do I think he could get it done? Yes. I think he's that good of a grappler. But like I said, JDM has faced some of the best welterweight grapplers and wrestlers in the division, Islam, Bilal being one of them. I think it's going to be a tough night for him. I would like to see Islam fight Topuria. That's just me. I would love to see that fight happen. But if he comes up, we'll see what the UFC gets behind. And we all know you got to convince the UFC to make it happen. And you do that first by getting on Twitter, shouting it out, and get people talking about it. And that's what Islam did. So we'll see if that fight...
Robert Whittaker says it's hard to predict how Islam Makhachev will do at welterweight since moving up always brings uncertainty. But he's confident in Islam's skills. He adds that Islam can do everything Belal Muhammad does, only at a higher level.
I think it could kind of have a similar effect to you where he might even be able to perform a little bit better a weight class up.
Maybe. It's I guess that's the million-dollar question. That's the question everybody's asking. And that's kind of the question. It's the same situation as Topuria as well. How good is Topuria? But what's he going to look like up weight division? Same with Islam. By all reports, though, the weight cut was really hard for him, like really, really hard. He's super strong for that weight division, which, you know, must translate well to moving up, making it a little bit easy cut. Maybe he gets a little bigger. It's yeah, I'm very that's the million-dollar question. Everybody's asking the same thing.
That's all for today's video. What do you think about the matchup between Jack Della Maddalena and Islam Makhachev? Share your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore our other videos for more MMA content.